Welcome back. Sunday is Overdose Awareness Day, and information on this is so important that the Cleveland Clinic and University Hospitals are teaming up to get the word out. Dr. David Stream is joining us. He's a psychiatrist with the Cleveland Clinic, and also Samuel Stitzel with more on what we need to know about all this. Thank you both, first of all, for being here. It is so important and imperative. It's more prevalent, I think, than people want to admit in our communities. And so being here today, I know we're going to do some demos, but statistically speaking, I mean, how often are overdoses happening? What's the typical age range for them?
Well, and unfortunately, it doesn't really know age, race, gender, anything like that. Last year we saw, or in 2023, we saw just under 5,000, which has steadily been going down over the past couple of years, but that's still, 5,000 too many, in my opinion.
And when you say 5,000, in the Northeast Ohio area, or
in
just
all of Ohio?
In all of Ohio. And it is alarming, and I think sometimes if we have to prepare people to know science, to know how to help if they see someone who has overdosed. So you do have some examples here, and you're going to be passing these things out at a few events coming up, correct? One of them being today. So we'll get to all of that in a moment, but can you just explain first what you have there and what we're testing for?
Sure. So we've got naloxone and fentanyl test strips. So the fentanyl test strips will be used to test drug supply for the presence of fentanyl. So really all you do is you take a small piece of the, tablet, powder, whatever you might have, dissolve it in water, and then just like another drug test, you dip the one end into the water and wait a couple minutes, and on the back of the package it'll show you how to read the test for if there's fentanyl present.
Wow. Okay. And now again, this is the naloxone. It's Narcan basically, right?
Yes.
And what is that test? And it's a spray?
It's a nose spray, so it gets sold in boxes, usually with 2 sprays. And they come in these just sealed, blister-packed, single-use containers. So if you were to see someone who had used any substance and they appeared to have overdosed, then the use of this can save their lives. If they did not overdose using fentanyl or some other opiate, it's not going to do them any harm. And you just take this out, pop it right out of the package. There are instructions, but the product is very simple to use. Just you stick it up the person's nostril and push, and you can save a life. I've been carrying naloxone with me for 10, 15 years now. You can buy it at pretty much any drugstore, and there are locations all over the state, and also with the Overdose Awareness programs that we're doing together, we're distributing these as well.
I think it's so important that you're showing what we can do in these scenarios, but I also know how important it is to just talk about prevention. And the fact that fentanyl, this is something that is put into other drugs that people use, and they might think that they're fine, they're clean, and they have no idea. Mm-hmm. So, how often does that happen? Or should I say, what can that normally be put in? Because I don't know, I'm not big on understanding, I guess, a lot of the drugs that are out there, but what can that be put into sometimes that people might think is safer for them to use?
Sure. Unfortunately, we're seeing it, and it's present in almost anything. If you're purchasing a substance off of the street that's not regulated, there's no real way to tell what that is. So this could potentially help you, determine whether or not there's fentanyl present. But no, there's been, certainly instances or reports of not only in opioids such as heroin or other illicit opioids that you buy off the street, but also there's reports of, potentially other stimulants, Adderall, so it's unfortunately, no substance that you're getting, from not essentially a pharmacy, if you will, it would be considered safe.
So that would be a number one thing. Yeah. If you're not getting a prescription that is from a pharmacist given to you, mm-hmm. there is a chance that something could be tampered with. As a psychiatrist, I know that it is not easy for anyone who has an addiction, and I know we have to give them grace because it's a struggle every day, I'm sure. But having things like this be put in the community, how important is it for an event like this to happen where you guys are giving this out to the community?
Oh, we know from studies all over the country that fentanyl test strip and Narcan distribution can have a major impact on reductions of overdose risk. One question that a lot of times comes up is, how does this then help people to not use drugs and not be involved with their addiction and get into recovery? And the answer is that the folks that are passing out these products in the community are not just giving things out. These are trained folks who will also engage people to the extent that they want to be engaged in how they're going to get better. And we know that these sorts of events can also increase the likelihood that people will enter treatment.
That is the best news you could give. And again, that you have these free events happening. The one is today until 1:30. It's going on right now, I believe, right? And it's at the North Union Farmers Market. And then September 3rd, you'll also be at UH Portage Medical Center there in Ravenna. But you also are going to be at some of the fairs as well. So the Geauga County Fair happening right now, and the Canfield Fair, and then of course all their ongoing agendas as well right there below. I thank you both for being here today. Thank you for educating us on all this and knowing the importance of it. Thank you both.
Thank
you.